Hello everyone, I am here with the video on the grammar part and the topic punctuations. How important the punctuations are in speech, especially in writing, right? Because they decide the tone, the mood of the sentence and the mood of the sentence. So, the importance of the punctuations, what is the punctuation, what are the themes, what are the symbols used as punctuations and their uses and examples. So, without further delay, let us see to it. Let us see the punctuation's definition. It is the use of spacing, conventional signs, and certain typographical devices as aids to understanding and the correct reading, both silently and loud reading, of handwritten and printed text. They are the symbols. Which are the symbols? Here they are: full stop, comma, colon, semicolon, apostrophe, exclamation mark, question mark, inverted comma, hyphen, ellipsis, dash, parenthesis, brackets, and slashes. There are many, but we will see those which are in 8th standard grammar syllabus book. Okay, let us start with the full stop or periods. Use the period at the end of a complete sentence. Complete sentence means where there is subject plus verb plus object and after that full stop comes. Use period or the decimal point with money and percentage. How? $2.13 or 3.25%. Use period after initials. Initial means George W. Bush. W, father initial. After that, full stop has come. David A. Papp. So A is father's initial. After that, full stop comes. We also use when we are not writing full name of our father. Instead of that, we use only the initial. Use periods in some abbreviation. Abbreviation means the short forms. Months, so January, February, so they are the names of months. After that, when we are writing the short name of month like Jan, Feb, so after that we use full stop. Days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So when we are writing in short, we use the period, full stop after it. When some titles are given, like GOV means for government, SAN Senior Doctor, DR, Mr, MR, MD, Managing Director. Okay, so for them also, after them we use the full stop or period. In addresses, AVE, ST, RD, right? So for them we use period after the short form. Measures like LB, OZ or OHR, R, MIN, minute, SEC, second. For them we use full stop after these short forms. In country name like US, UK, we use the full stop. One thing we need to keep in mind is when all letters are capital letters, periods are usually not used. Means CIA, YMCA, or no, sometimes if you have seen SMC, SMC means Surat Municipal Corporation. So there also we don't put any punctuation or any full stop in between. Okay, don't use the period at the end of the sentence that is already ends with a abbreviation. The sentence which ends with abbreviation, because there is already one period there. So we don't use the same kind of punctuation repeatedly. It doesn't repeat. Okay. Using question marks and the exclamation mark are okay after any abbreviation. For example, Bob wakes up at 7 a.m. So after that, exclamation mark has come. Bob wakes up at 7 a.m. Question mark has come. Right? So that can come, but we can't repeat the period. Capital letters. Capital letters are not really an aspect of punctuation, but it is convenient to deal with them here. The rules for using them are mostly very simple. capitalize them. Let us see the first rule. The first word of the sentence or any fragment is given that has the first letter capital. The name of the days like January, February, March. So name of the months always have the capital letter. Names of the languages like Spanish, Indian languages like Hindi, Sanskrit, Marathi, Gujarati, Telugu, Tamil, any languages. So language names spelling has capital letter first anywhere it is used in a sentence. A word expressing a connection with a place. Connection with a place means French election. Okay, that is the showing the place. French, Italian, Chinese, like that. Name of the nationality or ethnic groups means Serbs and Croats. They are the groups, right? Ethnic groups. Nationality, like same we have used here French, Indian, Japanese, right? We have the nationality there. Indian nationality, Iranian, etc. A proper name means proper noun. Gautam is a name of person, proper noun. Science Olympiad, each letter of the word will be capital, first letter. Okay, so here Gautam, G is capital here. Any name of any person will have capital letter anywhere in the sentence they are used. Name of the historical periods like Victorian age, classical age, romantic age, Puritan age. So whenever such certain ages of the past are given, they will have capital letter of each word, first letter of each word. Then significant religious term means Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, right, Christian. So they will have capital letter first. Then the title, each significant word of the title will have the first letter capital, like the Silence of the Lambs, it is the title of film. So each letter of the word will be capital letter. The first word of the direct quotation, which is a sentence. Thomas Edison famously observed genius. Look here, direct quotation. Quotation is given here. So first letter of the quotation will be capital. A brand name. Here Sony is given, right? So any brand name you are using, Titan, Fast Track, right? Or in shoes Adidas, right? In clothes, CRM, Peter England, any, right? So any brand name is given, first letter will be capital. The Roman numbers here, Louis 16 is given. So 16 in Roman is in capital. Proper pronoun I. This thing we have to remember. Generally we make the mistake here that I we use small when it is used in the middle of the sentence, but if I is used as the pronoun, personal pronoun, it is capital anywhere used in the sentence. Question mark, use the question mark after the question. Here one question tag is given, is it? There we use the question mark. Use the question mark to indicate uncertainty or the doubt. If you have any doubt, though the simple sentence is used, somewhere wherever we have the doubt, there we put the question mark. For example, the author of this book lives from 1810 to 1895. 1895 is sure, but here 1810 is doubtful, not exactly. You are not positive to the exact date, that's why you put the question mark there. In a polite request, when no answer is required, it is very important. If any answer is not required for the question, a question mark is often omitted. How it is omitted? See here. Would you please bring us the remote? So when we are expecting the answer, we put the question mark. But if we see anybody will not give, anybody is not answering, would you please give us the remote? Simply we speak the simple sentence, we put the full stop, and both are the correct sentences. Next is comma. Use the comma before coordinating conjunction. Which are the coordinating conjunction? Fanboys, you all might know. And, but, for, or, so, yet, not. They are the part of fanboys. So before them we use the punctuation comma. How? Let us see the example. I hurried to the store. I bought a bag of American Tourister. I hurried to the store and I bought. So see here, and one of the fanboys. Before that we have used comma here. Okay. Next, use the comma after conjunctive adverbs. Conjunctive means used as conjunction. The adverbs, which are they? However, furthermore, indeed, meanwhile, nevertheless, therefore, unfortunately. How are they used? Let us see the sentences. I didn't stay very much. Nevertheless, I didn't study very much. Nevertheless, I made a good grade. Nevertheless, look. Nevertheless means then also. So after that there is the comma. Even before that also used. I might not be so lucky next time. Therefore. So after therefore, comma is there. Okay. Use comma after most introductory phrases and clauses. Introductory means they are not the independent sentence. Which is the independent clause here? Look, I could not open my locker. That is the independent clause, which is supporting it, since I forgot my combination. Okay, so after that there will be the comma here. Okay, since I forgot is an introductory clause, and I could not open my locker is an independent clause. Introductory clauses, which are the short clauses, like here, in May I will be graduating. So when short introductory clauses are given, like one or two words, okay, two words clauses are given, there we don't require to put the comma there. In May I will be graduating. Both sentences are correct here. Be careful while using the introductory clauses and phrases. Don't confuse the reader by forgetting an important comma. Sometimes it happens that we need to put the comma, otherwise it will confuse. How? Let us see. After eating my cat hiccups. So after eating my cat, if anybody is reading flat, then it means that you are eating the cat. But instead, after eating, my cat hiccups. So after eating, and then we put the comma, it clears the meaning, right? It means cat hiccups, not you after eating the cat. Emphasizing the adverb. How? Tara ran fast and got home before her mother. To emphasize, ran then fast. Between this fast, before and after fast, we put the comma. Whether you use or not, it doesn't make any difference, but it put more emphasis. Use comma when adjectives come after the noun. Generally adjectives come before the noun. In case they are used after, we put the comma in between. How? See, my car waxed and polished. So car, how is the car waxed and polished? We have used the commas before and after waxed and polished. They are the adjectives. Football players, how are they? Tired and dirty. That is the adjective. Before and after them, there is the comma there. Look, celebrated their victory. Comma to list out the things. So, when you are listing the things, like he studied French, Spanish, and Russian, so that is the list of languages. Look, like that here. Please buy milk, bread, peanut butter, and eggs from the store. Whenever we make the list between the things names, we use the commas. Then use commas with cities and states to separate them from each other, and state from the other everything. How? I went to Surat, Gujarat for Thanksgiving. So Surat, comma, Gujarat, comma, they are separating them. Use comma with direct quotation. Direct quotation means before the reporting verb, right? After the reporting verb, before the reporting sentence. This one here. So here we use the comma, okay, after the reporting verb. Use comma with dates to separate the date from the year and the year from the rest of the sentence. How? So November 1st date, separating the date from the year 2005, and it separates it from the time here. Use comma before and or after an interjunction. Interjunction means the words that expresses the words that express the uh, emotion or the sense or the mood of the sentence. Wow, what a beautiful sunset. No, I don't really want to see that movie, right? So they are called the interjunction, and after them comma comes. Use comma before or after parenthetical expression. What is the parenthetical expression? Parenthetical expressions are words inserted into the sentence giving information or thought that are not absolutely essential. Whether you use them or not doesn't make any difference. How? I reminded my mother that I wanted a new bicycle for my birthday. That is very simple sentence. In case she forgot, that is the parenthetical expression, right, to emphasize it. So before and after it we use the comma. Then we use the comma especially in the greetings when we write the letters, dear Shannon, dear father, mother, any. After that we use comma, hello. Then in closing also, yours sincerely, your lovingly, and after that we put the comma. That we have to remember. That is very important thing. Use the comma before or after the appositives. What is the appositive? So appositives explain who or what the noun is. Who is the person? Identity of the person. Our principal. Who is the principal? Mr. Griffin. Right. So before and after that we put the comma there. Gave a speech at the assembly. Cat Stephen. So who is the Cat Stephen? So the best flute player in the performance. Okay. Look, before and after that we put the comma to identify them or to separate them. We use the exclamation mark where we use, so to exclaim the sentence, and when we use the exclamation mark we need to keep in mind that we don't use two or more exclamation mark, only one is enough. Okay, so some people use that, but that is wrong. Never use the double exclamation point in the formal writing. In fact, don't use many exclamation marks at all. Where we use, so some expressions like delight, urgency, anger, surprise, distress, excitement, intensity, loud noises, or strong commands. Let us see few of them. Delights, wow, nice catch. Urgent, please help me. Anger, drop dead. Surprise, I can't believe it's you. Distress, oh no, this can't be right. Excitement, I got an A. Intensity, I love you. Loud noises, crash, bang. Strong commands, stop, don't move. So these kind of commands. It is a question or an exclamation mark. How do we separate them? It depends on how do we speak as a speaker or as a writer. What do we want to express? For example, here, how could you do that? So that is the way. What method you use that? What trick you used? Okay, how could you do? How could you do that? Means in negative expression, when we are giving the expression, we are giving the reaction. There we use exclamation mark. When we are asking someone, we use the question mark. Then colon. We use the colon when we want to say, here comes an example, or here is what I am talking about. Thinking back, our trip to Goa was the best. And now you are explaining about the trip. What was the experience? We saw some of the most beautiful terrain this earth has to offer. Colons are used to give the example that directly relate to the sentences. This we have to understand. Then use the column before some list, right? To list out something as follows and all that thing. So we need some phrases before some phrases. Which are they? These are, there are, the following, as follows, such as, or these things. For example, my favorite sports are following, the following. Which are they? Baseball, basketball, soccer, football, and every other game that's played with a ball. Okay. Where we not use is after the verb form, after the verb and after the preposition. That will come next. But when we are putting the colon after the verb form, that is wrong. It comes very straight that the ingredients are flour, eggs, sugar, and milk, like that. Or if we want to use the colon, then these are the ingredients, and after ingredients we put the colon, and then we write the things, list out the material. Then don't use the colon after the preposition. When preposition is given, after that we don't use it. As I said before, I want to travel to, after travel to, simply list out the names of places, or I want to travel to the following cities, and then we can write after the following and all these words we use the colon. Use colon before subtitle of the book, articles, chapters, etc. The title of the book is Bill Gates, and what is the subtitle? Look, The Man of Yours. So between them there is the colon. Colon is used to express the time, 12:15 p.m. Okay, or time 4 hours 6 minutes and 27 seconds. Use the colon after the words such as caution or wanted or note. Generally we have seen it most, note. Okay. Semicolon. We use the semicolon between two sentences that are very closely related. Remember, two sentences, not the phrases, and closely related. How? My family is Hindu. We celebrate Diwali but not Christmas. So family is Hindu and Diwali is the Hindu festival. That's why it is related, and that's why semicolon comes. Okay. Then only use a colon between two complete sentences, not phrases. For example, here it is given that my family is Jewish, not Christian. So Jewish and not Christian. Not Christian is not the sentence, it is the phrase. So that is wrong. Okay, there we put the comma. Then inverted comma. Use quotation mark to enclose what some people say. Means, get me a coke. So here Mario said, after said we have the comma here. Okay, and then who says Mario, or what does he say? That get me a coke. Then another sentence is get it yourself, right? So when somebody same words are used, we use the quotation mark. And remember the important thing that do not use quotation marks with the indirect speech. It is used only in direct speech sentence. Then when we want to write any definition of anything, that definition will come into the inverted comma or the quotation mark. A principle. So what is the meaning of principle? A basic truth or a standard of the good behavior. That is called the principle. Principle. What is the meaning of principle? One who holds a position of presiding rank, especially the head of a school. So that sentence, that is the definition, will come into the inverted comma or the quotation mark. Commas and periods always go inside the quotation mark. This thing we have to remember. Look here, comma and the period or the full stop. Colons and semicolons go outside the quotation mark. colon will be outside the quotation mark, semicolon, colon, both. Okay. Then if you have quotation with a quotation within the quotation, means two quotation marks, so internal will be the singular quotation and outsider will be the double quotation mark. This thing is quite easy, but we have to keep in mind. If only yes or no is quoted, then there is no need to put the quotation mark, right? Yes or no, we just yes no is given, only one word is given, no need to quote it, it's okay. Quotation marks are not include, means the question marks and the exclamation mark inside if they are denoted or if they are related to the certain part of the sentence. If it is not giving the whole meaning, it is not applied to the whole sentence, they will be inside. If they are applied to whole sentence, then they will be outside. Let us see the sentences here. I think he is one that yelled fire. Look, fire, this exclamation mark is used only for fire, that's why it will be into the quotation mark. I was furious when he smugly said drop dead. Drop dead is a sentence, right? So it is applying to whole sentence, and that's why this exclamation mark will be outside. She asked, is that really you? Now this is applied to this part of the sentence, that's why it will be, the question mark will be inside the quotation mark. Are you the one who yelled help? Right. So here look, this quotation mark, this question mark will be out of quotation mark because it is not applied to help, it is applied to whole sentence. Okay. So I hope you understood well, and it is very clear to all. If any doubt, you please watch the video again, and in next video we will see all related exercises and their solutions. So stay at home, be happy, study well, best of luck.